Going live broadcast. Yes. Mochiwa. Much respect to those who are going to be joining tonight's topic. Much respect because you're one of those who are actually seeking your higher consciousness, yes? And that's what we're all about here. Just getting situated, sorry. And so that is actually what a spirit guide is. It could be part of your own soul family, part of your own self. And while it may not even look remotely close to your appearance, maybe it looks like an alien. Maybe it looks like some animal or some angel. Any type of supernatural, paranormal type of energy, consciousness, being. Okay? And it's not just something that's in your head. This is part of, you would say, creation. It is part of yourself as a multi-dimensional, you would say multi-selves, many selves. And think of yourself like in this whole area, there's a whole bunch of you, but you're way down in this area compared to the entire self. So if you're just down here and you look like this down here, well, up here, there's going to be many other spirits, many other selves, many other beings who are spirit guides. They look so like divine or greater or different. So you don't identify it as yourself. But just realize many of the spirit guides that you work with are a reflection, a piece, a part, what is an expression of you. So as we can say and look into each other's eyes and see a reflection of God, it's the same concept as we start talking about greater levels of God. So I want to turn on my fan. I wanted to turn it off, but I feel hot, so. This takes a second. Yeah, there we go. So, I welcome you guys, because this is live and people will start coming in. And I want to start my charcoal disc. And I just want you guys to know I'm transparent. I like to be transparent. Today is no medicine. And for those who don't know, I quit smoking a long time ago, but I was still doing some type of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before, but there's some type of drink, 100 milligram drink. There we go. Now, we're talking about spirit guides, we're talking about spirits and angels and all that. Well, this is one way, because we're going to talk about different ways. Well, this is one of the way. Medicine, some type of medicine, right? For consciousness. To expand. Because what is seeing a spirit guide? That's a psychic perception. That is an ability of yours to be able to, and I say ability, because not everyone has this ability, but I would like to add, it's the potential of all humans. All people have the potential within them. It's part of the creation of the human being, part of the anatomy. While your doctors only calculate and consider the superficial, because that's all their measurements and tools and calculations and equations, that's all they can perceive. They don't go, do you see scientists or some of these 3D limited point of views actually meditate, actually learn about chakra, learn about conscious expansion, learn about spiritual energy, spiritual beings? No. Not everyone just straight up believes. Not everyone believes. Okay? So you're here tonight. You were maybe even looking for spirit guides. Maybe you're a member. You're someone who's interested in a spiritual journey, a spiritual awakening. And it is those of you, yes, who are going on a spiritual awakening that may be able, most likely able, maybe you are already perceiving spirits, spirit guides. And think of that word, guide. Spirit guide. Like you go to Sedona or go to some foreign country, you need a guide maybe. Or even going to Disneyland, you need a map, a guide. That's not a good example, right? But I'm saying you need a guide. No, let me correct myself. You don't need anything. What will that spirit guide do for you is accelerate. Okay? Getting information from higher dimensional realities, higher consciousness, that benefits you down here. Because you're trying to learn and develop yourself. Learn that enlightenment. Learn this understanding of God and the reality and what these beings are. And we're going to be talking about that tonight, you guys. So thank you for joining us on this conversation, on this topic, right? Because we talk about many topics here at Christos Avatar. We talk about angels and what is God, what are aliens, what are starseeds, what are indigo children. And so tonight we're talking about spirit guides. So you came to the right channel. We don't mess around. This is the real deal. Okay, we're not coming from religion point of view. If that's your point of view, much respect to your beliefs. Maybe you're here to expand your understandings, your realizations, yes? And so this is a unique point of view, so please stick around to the end of the video so you can get all of these juicy nuggets, these machiwa. This is, you would say, a database. This is a community, a database of like minds, of information coming from the Christos. This Christos is not the religion point of view. We talk about religion and we talk about the New Age. And so you can get ideas of spirit guides from New Age maybe, but realize there's a lot of distortions in New Age. There's a lot of negative, intentionally false teachings, false creeds. And so you come to the right place, and when it comes to being transparent and just straight up talking about, you would say, this ancient, it's not new age at all, it's ancient. You know, when you start talking about consciousness and energy, and humans have been considering that for ages. And so while right now, 2023, most humans on earth are not following spirituality, they're following religion. The numbers are there, the statistics, the calculation is there. They are sitting in religion. They're not interested in spirit guides. Oh, maybe angel or, something like this, but it goes beyond that. And some of you have spirit guides, holy ones. Okay, I've had spirit guides, some of you have spirit guides. It's a matter of remembering, of connecting, yes? And that's what we're going to do tonight. So thank you for joining Christos Avatar live. We don't, it's like we get to just be, because most of the videos are like 60-second, quick, little step video. Well, here we get to go deep. You can't go deep in 60 seconds, right? You can only go so deep. All right, get some illumination. I always took this with me to the drum circles because it keeps the flame going, not blow it out from wind outside, and so this has had a lot of use. And speaking of which, you guys, spirit guides. One of the ways to meditate. See, what we're doing is, I'll say hello to everyone in about 1 minute, okay? I just want to get this out before I forget it. This candle, it just helped me remind myself realize to mention it, because a lot of people can't meditate for a long time or whatever, because what does meditation do? It's changing your consciousness. Remember we talked about the spectrum of your consciousness while we're down here? Well, meditating does this. Your consciousness can reach higher. Okay? So I'm not doing medicine right now, but you guys light up if you want to, right? So what you do in your free time, you could use medicine and a candle and just stare at the candle. Look at the flame. People have been staring into fire, into the flame, into the, for ages, thousands of years, to alter their state. It's a very simple way to alter your state. Don't worry, you're not like bringing demons and devils. This is all based on consciousness and your thoughts. What are you thinking? Are you in a good mood before you meditate? Are you rested? Are you relaxed? Are you already on a spiritual journey and used to going into relaxed state, used to, you would say, altering your consciousness? And a lot of people will think that's a bad thing. There's something wrong. You're weird. You're a sinner. You're getting into, you would say, Satan or Lucifer or whatever, if you go and talk to spirits. Let me clear that up real quick. Okay, we respect your beliefs. We hope you respect ours, but realize we speak from a space of love. We're coming from a space of love, and we're also coming from the realization of energy and consciousness. And these beings, these spirits, are energy and consciousness. Your energy, your consciousness, you're not physical. They're not physical. They're just less physical, even less than you perceive. Nothing is physical. It's just a spectrum of physicality. See, this is very, very physical. The smoke rising, the incense, the consciousness of the frankincense, and whatever you put on your charcoal, is rising. This smoke is a lot less dense than this. Your consciousness, you can't see, you can't hug, is a more refined consciousness. These spirit guides are more refined, more higher. They call it subtle. Subtle. See, here's physical. Here's less, and less dense, less lighter. Think lighter. Think of a vibration, a frequency that's slow and speeding and rising up. As it speeds up, it's rising up. See, these are waveforms. Okay, you're a human in this waveform, 3D waveform. Your spirit guide is at a higher waveform, coming down to your energy, or coming down to your reality to reach you, to create this bridge. And we're going to do a poll tonight and ask about your spirit guides, because I know some of you are curious about, what's the difference between that one or this one, or is this a good one, or is that a bad one, or, because a lot of us find like symbols, like the owl is a perfect example. Some people think the symbol of the owl is darkness, is bad, is wicked. Hey, this may be true in some regards, like the Bohemian Grove. What do they worship? They said that all these rich, wealthy people, I'm not supposed to put those hashtags in here, but they're worshiping an owl, which represents Moloch or some god. So, in that regard, yes, it's a dark thing. Now, most people have a spirit guide as an owl. And what else does the owl represent? Okay, wisdom. It would say, if you went and Googled, let's say you had a dream of an animal spirit. Hello. That's one of the first ways a spirit guide reaches you, through dreams. Okay? So you are most likely going to want to start in your dream. Like before you go to sleep, you're going to put all these thoughts and intentions, a focus. You have a spiritual will. Well, use it. So you're going to use your intention and your will right before you sleep, even write on a piece of paper, I am connecting to my spirit guide in my dreams. I will connect to my spirit guide. No, not will. I am connecting. I am. It's manifestation. You are putting that intention. And if it doesn't happen, maybe the first night, second night, but you keep doing it, you keep praying, or you keep putting intention, you keep staring into a candle, thinking about your spirit guide, And also, this is a caveat. If you're going to do that, also place protection on yourself. Place prayers, use positive energies, use incense to cleanse and protect the space. Not stick incense, honey. I'm going to spank your ass if you use stick incense. You don't want to be using no stinky, cancerous stick incense. So that's one of you when you want to work with spirits, when you're about to work with magic or healing or prayer, you protect the space. It's elementary, dear. So let me say hello to everyone. Machiwa. Yes, wow, it's already busy tonight. Almost 100. Mac Rambo in the house. What's up? Yeah. Yes, you did, Mac. And there's a reason. That's what we talk about here is, when you see 333, 1111, when you have synchronies like that, you pay attention. And actually, this is one of the ways that spirit guides reach you, communicate to you, through synchrony. Things are, when there's a shift in energy, usually there's spirit. And for example, when I'm on medicine and I would see some brilliant lights, normally you have all this freaking amazing, you would say, landscapes and beings and or just things happening. But if you see some really bright lights that are part of the scene now suddenly, that's spirit. That's an actual being coming in to your space. When you start seeing a brilliant lights, you'll see the lights go dim and come and go out. You know what's up. The shadow knows. Much respect, Holy One. We have Galactic Guardians. What's up, Galactic Guardians? Machiwa. Kaiba Starseed. Hello, everybody. Love you all. Thank you for being here. We have Liz Romero. We have the Shadow Knows. Diana Daginus. Sorry, that's a very exotic name. Much respect, Diana. Thank you for being here. Sorry. Sending love, light, blankets to you all. Much respect for that. Thank you for that healing energy. Starman! What's up, vatos? Yeah. Much respect to see you, brother. Thank you for bringing that Lyran energy. Yeah. You remind me, I gotta put some more emojis on my account because they add more emojis capability as your audience grows. So I think I should add more emojis soon. Okay, I gotta make a note of that. Just for a few seconds, because if I don't, I won't. And that's how you be productive and get things done. Is you start making notes and making audio recordings on your app or whatever. That's what I'm doing on my phone all the time. Every time you have this higher consciousness thought, brilliant idea, write it down because your 3D self will forget, most likely. Add more emojis. Add more emojis. All right, thank you guys. Of course I can't spell emoji, right? Or my app doesn't know how to spell emoji. Thank you. Right on, says Elizabeth. What if your spirit guides are mean? It doesn't sound like a guide. It sounds like a trickster. You see, on this channel we talk about two creeds. There's one creed that recognizes all are one, all are God, all are equal. Then there's the opposite creed, the opposing creed, what we call the false creeds, where they use fear, guilt, shame, subservience, blind worship, judgment. They're mean? Hello, which camp are they in? They're not your spirit guide. They're not guiding you. They're doing something else. Something is wrong when a higher evolved spirit is negative in some way or another. Just use discernment, you guys. Not all spirit guides, or I should say, not all spirits are guides. Just because you're seeing a spirit doesn't mean it's a guide. So just realize that sometimes you're going to get your typical dark shit based on your thoughts and your actions. There is consequence in your actions and thoughts. You are the projector of your universe, of your reality, of your experience. And so that's being projected by your thoughts, by your vibration, honey. So if you're going to sit there and hang out with some negative, mean spirit guide, that's on you, not on the spirit guide. Much respect. Vato Locos Forever! What's up, Howard? Good to see you, Al. Chan in the house. Darrell 3003-836. Thank you. Thank you, Holy One. Yeah. Herbal. I see Chan, what's up? I switched to those because I can't smoke anymore. But I can't do that anymore either. I find either I have something personally, like a disease or something, or there's something they're putting in dispensary medicine. I don't know if that's true. I can't prove it. But all I know is once I started using dispensary products, my health just went to shit. Like really. Like literally. What is this? Lumps under my nipple. I took care of that, got it cleared, but mostly with this. And the same with being attacked in my body, in my lungs. I use this. And it literally, does it look like I'm lying or trying to sell you? This literally, man, I am truly grateful to you, Starman, to Spirit, for bringing this into my life. I will have this discomfort, this pain, and that's why I keep this right by my chair. Start using it now. Seconds. Just saying. It's called the iTeraCare Terahertz Wand. It's a wand. It's a magic wand of some sort. Because it works. It's not some bullshit. Okay? Think about... What was that guy's name who was doing this way in the old days? Like, he was zapping diseases and cancer out of your body. Of course, he was shut down real quick, wasn't he? William Rife? Is that the right one? William Rife? Look at that, because he could do the same thing with clouds, homie. He could take a bigger device and point it to the clouds. So, when there's people who come out with this technologies, something happens to that information. That's not allowed in this system. So anyways, this is not being called any type of medical device. That's why this is here. It's not. It doesn't even have anything that comes inside the box. You see what's up? But you're gonna have literally people all over the internet talking about this, man. No joke. I'm not trying to sell you. Go find out for yourself. The product sells it, so. You got some pain and suffering, learn how to heal. But if you can't do that yet, hello, what's up? And by the way, this is also marketing where what's that called? Where you can actually sell it yourself and earn money from it. So it's a network thing where we're all doing this healing. Starman's healing with this, and I'm healing with it now. And others can heal with it and make money. And there's nothing wrong with making money when this is how we exchange energies. How else are you going to exchange energy? Well, if you want to send a crystal to someone, that's exchanging energy. If you want to send them... so this is one of the things of my spirit guides. I just saw this real quick, so I want to go to this real quick. This is one of my spirit guides is a deer. If it's not the deer, you see this in the desert, you won't give a shit, right? But I give a shit. I care because this is something that's been a major spirit guide in my life. A very important spirit guide, the deer. Okay? Now, some of you might think it's morbid or sick or wrong to have this, but this is the whole, you would say, focus of tonight's video. I have found 4 of these or more, like 5 of these in nature. So I put these around my house because I know this being is protective to me. I know this is part of the violet flame. The deer, the unicorn, the pegasi, the dolphins, and the whales are all coming out of violet flame. And this is one of the reasons how I realized I have to be coming out of, I have a large connection to the violet flame. And so spirit guides can give you an indication. They could give you a tip that, hey, you're part of this crew. You know what I'm saying? Because if they keep showing up and you keep having what you call lucid dreams of a dolphin, for example, which I've had, this has been one of my, this is another thing to say. The dolphin was only its purpose was a certain part of my life. How's that? You look up the dolphin animal spirit guide meaning. Just put that. Or dolphin dream spirit guide meaning. Something like that. That's all you got to do. And if you add the word shaman in there, because a lot of shamans talk about spirit guides, you'll get a lot of wisdom from shamans. That's why, so put dolphin, dream, shaman meaning, or spirit guide. Dolphin spirit guide, shaman meaning, dream meaning. Those are some basic, simple words that will help you out. And then start looking at more than one website, not just one site. Look at several sites or several different, 3 or 4 or 5 different books, sources. Now you look at each one, which one, because a lot of these people are just copying and pasting each other. You find some original work, some original interpretation, there you go. That's why you look around for it, right? So what you do is, let's say it's an eagle. Then look at 5 different sites or books that give you the meaning, definition, shaman meaning, dream meaning of an eagle. And then you start writing that down. Okay, this one says, for example, we'll do this real quick together. And because I want to do a poll, right? Because there's spirit guides that are birds, avian birds, like owls, ravens, crows, supernatural ones like the thunderbird, the phoenix. Those are some of my spirit guides. The owl was a big one in my life in my early days. I outgrew the owl, or I moved on to other guides. To now I'm not even dealing with mostly animal guides. Now I'm dealing with aliens and ETs. So it's kind of like a beginning stage. You start having these experiences and dreams. That's what I was doing, 8 or 9 years ago. It all started from that. Why am I dreaming about this over and over? Why is this coming into my life? And not just dreams. For example, I used to have a panther when I was a teenager. I was connected to the Black Panther. Hello, Lyran, lion, feline. Connected to your people, to your homie. It's like a symbol, practically a sigil or something that you can connect to. Connect to the lion, connect to the eagle. And you guys, maybe you don't have any guides. Well, connect to one. Get a book on spirit guides and look in the index that tells you intentions. And maybe you want to find a spirit guide based on intention. And you could even do a Google search on it, like I just showed you, for example. Spirit, do this with me, spirit guide. Or let's go back to the previous example, eagle spirit guide. Dream meaning. And then here's the first site, we'll say something, and then you look at it. The one site tells you there's different types of meanings, like a dream of catching an eagle, dream slaying an eagle, eagle dream meaning, dream of an eagle home or office, dreaming about feeding an eagle. See, it depends on your dream, right? This is actual communication, homie. This is help. This is assistance. And like our brother said, if it's mean, it's not a spirit guide. Goodbye. You can say goodbye to a spirit. Okay? You are God sovereign free in your space. And you don't allow that. As a matter of fact, you guys, when you start messing with this kind of stuff, always put that intention out there. Say, I only want to connect to those of love and light, or those of my own personal Christos family. You can say that. Or soul family. Those who are part of my loving, I say only connecting to those who are part of, my Christos, who are part of love and light, who are serving love and light, who are serving law of one. When you put intentions, that is like a field of energy. You don't have to be a witch or a wizard to do it. Putting those words, those visualizations of an eagle, of a dolphin, of a whale, of a seahorse, of a whatever, of an angel. There's different kinds of spirit guides, right? And so you would have maybe into Starseed, an alien looking being. Remember, this is one, you would say, explanation why the beginning stages of working with spirits is in the dream state, because you have to work your way up. You barely have any type of psychic energy opened yet or activated, because that's how you're reaching them. You can't do jack shit if you have no psychic connections, psychic activations, which is your chakra. You talk psychic, we're talking chakra. Okay? We're talking consciousness. Spectrum of it. Levels of consciousness. And so, like I said, why would a being that lives and exists in a higher dimension look like you? It's going to look different. Expect it to be different. Expect it to look magical. One time I had this magical green dragon, and it was some type of scene, like a forest, I don't know, but I saw it going. It was like a Chinese dragon, or because it was like this type of dragon, and it was it wasn't like super huge, but I would say the size of a vehicle. So not like a giant dragon you see in the movie, but this was like a green dragon. And he had this very pleasant face, and it didn't look like a regular dragon. It looked like a character, an actual being that probably has a name. Who was this? Right? So this is an example of what might happen to you guys. So think about that when, like whatever that being is doing, it could have different meanings. Like it could have a bad meaning or a good meaning. There's going to be different meanings. Do some research. Do some study. Okay, so because there's a lot of people who are expertise or shamans for their life, so they work in the dream world. Some people learn how to lucid dream. Some people learn how to travel, astral travel. They're taking their psychic abilities to another level. Well, for some people, this is a comfort zone thing. You don't want to see certain things. Just keep away from me. And hey, if that's the way you feel, just like I mentioned earlier, put that intention there. But that's something you have to be careful how you word, right? You usually don't state intentions with that are negative. You don't say, I don't want to see this. That's why you say it a different way. You say, I only want to see this. Say specifically. Say it like this. And if, let's say you didn't do it right, or it didn't matter, there's still some negative energy around you in your life. So, and you attracted some negative, mean spirit. Well, dismiss them. Dismiss. Stand in your power. As a light being. Just say it straight out. One of the things that you could do that I've done before, like if I ever get involved with some negative being or energy, I stand up, I get up, I will, if it's nighttime, I will turn on the lights, I will turn on music, that being will have no, it'll be very difficult for that being to hang on to the connection. Basically, it's about connection, consciousness, and if you do something with it, maybe if you become knowledgeable about this, you'll know exactly what to imagine, what to think, what to say, what to do. That's what this is. It's a spiritual journey. You're learning this stuff through your own experiences and through learning the knowledge in books or other, people talking about it. And so let's do that then. Let's do a poll on this. Because I know some of you have had a spirit guide that becomes like you would say, the beginning of your journey. My spirit guides, animal spirit guides, like the first ones were like a bear, an eagle, and the dolphin, and these a few animals like this, and some are insects. Some are like the praying mantis would be a spirit guide. A centipede could be a spirit guide. A scorpion, a black widow. They all have different reasons and different definitions and different meanings for you. For example, a black widow may have a totally different definition for you than it does for me, or a tarantula spider, or a wasp. That's one of my main spirit guides too, is a wasp. And to me, that being was always very protective. And I don't have it with me, but I used to have acrylic blocks. I had an acrylic block, because it's a real specimen. It's a real connection. You get the remains of a bug kept in perfect, it's preserving, perfect preservation inside the acrylic. You can see it perfectly. You can connect to it. If you can see it, you can literally psychically connect to this energy, to this consciousness. That's like a sigil to that energy, to that consciousness. And you start using intention. The human being is extremely powerful when you start using this conscious energy mindfully. You know what you're doing, moving it. You learn what to do with it. And so, let me do that again. So, when I ask the question in this poll, do you have a spirit guide, or are you aware of any spirit guides? That could be an insect, a mammal, an angel, an alien, anything visiting you more than once, or something that you felt was important. You felt that meant something. Well, that's a spirit guide. So your answer would be yes. But you can put yes, no, or I don't know. Okay, so I'll answer that question. And then we'll move on to continue this conversation. Start a poll. Plus, start a poll. Do you how should I word it? Do you have a spirit guide, or are you aware of any spirit guides? Are you aware? Thank you for those hearts. Who's sending those hearts? I love you. Look at you. I'm gonna kiss you. Are you aware of your spirit guides? Are you aware of any of your spirit guides? Because we all have them. You know why? Because we all have multidimensional selves, aspects of oneself. Remember, the teachings here that we talk about at Christos Avatar is you have a minimum of 1,720 other selves. Now, I counted up to almost 60, 70 different animal spirit guides. And that's very feasible very possible because for anyone, because we have all these levels. So all these literal versions of yourself. Yes, no, I'm not sure. Because some people simply are not sure. And that's okay to not be sure. Because that's how it starts. I'm not sure. Was that a UFO? I'm not sure. Was that an actual demon? Was that an angel? You're not sure. And that's okay. We all start there. All right? Until you literally will have your own stories and testimony. There you goes. Let's see what you guys say. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah. 50%, 90%, 75% say yes. Holy cow. That's a lot of you. 80%, 82% say yes, 84% say yes. It's a live poll. Now it's going down. 79%, 77%. See, it equalizes. It goes up, down, right there. It's going to go to, now it's averaging out. It's going about 75%. Will take a little while for him to get used to us. Yeah, right? Helena Fox crossed City Street, looked at me. I stopped to get out of the truck and see if it was okay. Really? In a city street? You guys, you know, something, that's an example in the 3D world, something completely out of the random. You can say, okay, you're going to get a lot of doubters, people calling bullshit, like your example. Okay, I have something similar 10 years ago or something. I was living in an apartment complex. I never saw one single cat, right? So one night I was coming home, parking and going inside the apartment. Well, I saw a freaking cat straight up run right across my path, which you don't like normally, right? So what? I didn't, you know, what's this cat? Later that night, I had a shape-shifting woman who was a cat change into a woman and then change back into a cat in my dreams. So what's up? So a fox in a city, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's impossible to not happen, but realize it happened in your energy. This is your energy. This is your life. This is your experience. It happened for a reason. We're multidimensional consciousness, homie. And believe it or not, while we seem like we're alone, you're never alone. You have all these multidimensional cells, and it's just the lower parts that we're in that don't remember the higher parts. But they're still working with us. They're still communicating to us. They're still part of our consciousness. And we're the version that is not aware of the others. The others are aware of you. The others, the higher versions of you, reach out to you, communicate to you. They'll start with the place they can reach you, because they can't reach you some other way because you're not psychic or developed yet. Doesn't mean you can't, doesn't mean you're damned. That means you start on that journey yourself, within yourself. Much respect to your journey. Machiwa. Fierce you say orchid, right? Fierce orchid oracle. Much respect, Holy One. Thank you so much for supporting Christos Avatar. And she wrote, thank you for the 9s too. 99. I love that number. Which is my birthday coming up. 99. Love all your work, Davian. Much love to you. And keep shining so bright and beautiful, you lovely soul. Catch you over on Insta. Thank you, dear. You're much respect. And you guys, if you like anything I talk about tonight, please consider donating, because that's how I, do this. That's the only way I can do this. Otherwise, why would someone devote their whole full time if there was no exchange of energy? Thank you so much for that, you guys. And you can also, this is another way to exchange energy. There's also crystals I sell on Etsy shop. Look at the link below. And even Starman will hook you up with that link if you don't see it. It's also got my artwork. So I have almost like 12 paintings now, or artworks. I plan on doubling that within the next month and tripling that and more, so please take a look at my Etsy shop, you guys. That's more of energy in those drawings and those crystals, right? What did the cat look like? Are you talking about the cat in 3D? The one in 3D, I think it was a black cat. I don't think this was a good being, because this was in my early days, like when I wasn't into the crystals yet, but I was still exploring my psychic potential and my understanding at the time. I was fascinated by some beautiful woman who was changed into a cat. No, who was a cat, and I was following her, the cat. And then the cat changed into this woman and started talking to me. I just want you guys to know that most shapeshifters are either using magic or or they're an alien race who can shapeshift. In most situations, those are not good. So just saying, just putting that out there. Yeah, I had some bad experiences when I was new to this shit. I didn't know Christos yet. I didn't know all that candle magic was not good for my best energy, And, so I was just simply trying to improve my life. You want something, need something, you put a spell, or you work with a certain angel or a certain spirit. I was, you would say, seeking certain energies, to work with, to obtain that energy. And usually when you learn magic, you get into, that's one of the things you're trying to do. You're trying to, benefit from those energies. And so in the Christos, you don't learn it that way. You actually learn that all of the energy you need is within you. You have unlimited supply of energy and consciousness and spirit. You don't need to be looking anywhere else, okay? Going somewhere else to find it. Find it within. And seriously, if you have no spirit guides, well, go do some basic searching. Let's say you don't have love in your life, or you need love in your life, or you need money in your life, or you need protection in your life, you need healing in your life. Well, look up what's the best spirit guide for healing. Oh, here's a better way to search. List. What is a list of spirit guides for whatever? For money, for health, for, that's one way to do it. You find the spirit guides that you want to connect your consciousness to, which is energy, connecting to another consciousness, another energy, co-creating. You realize this is a big universe. Creation is great. God is great. There's a lot out there. So give yourself options, honey. So we're just expanding ourselves when you find those aspects of that you're working with. Because before, you didn't have that insight. Now, working with the spirit guide, now you have that. Just even doing research on that. Let's say you want to do a research on a angel guide, or a lion spirit guide, or a fox spirit guide. You would simply start gathering all that focus and energy and connections, symbols. You'd find the symbols of these beings. You would even make if you're not a witch or a Wiccan, but you can still have a sacred space. You could call it your altar, but that usually has a bad connection. An altar, don't call it an altar then. What is it for you? It's a sacred space. You put a sacred space, and you put a fox or a dragon. Maybe you want to connect to dragons. Maybe you want to connect to the Pegasus. Well, put the Pegasus symbol right here on your sacred space, near your bed, because you're going to dream. You would stare at this connection for a while, because that's how magic works. You have to have, you need some type of inner or outer image connection, something that connects you to that, to which you seek. So you'd be staring at that image and closing your eyes and seeing the image and putting intention into this. This is not negative or dark. You're doing this all from a space of love and self-improvement. And remember, I gave you the advice at the beginning. Always make sure your space is this. Well, since it's not burning right now, always make sure you do that at the beginning. Purify your space. Purify yourself. You shouldn't be doing any type of healing or magic or intentions if you're messed up in your energies. You want to get that shit straightened up first. And then you won't have no mean spirits. I mean, this is a process, you guys. There's steps. It's not even complicated. Benzoin bottles. Octavian likes his benzoin. frankincense and myrrh. And especially amber. So, yeah. Yeah. See, these are like some big chunks. They'll come in a bag of chunks, and then you're just taking the pieces of the chunk. Little piece. Little tiny piece. Because it's soft like putty or clay. But it's so strong in the smell, dude. And you can also put it on your skin like you could with essential oils. Sometimes it doesn't want to come off my hand. See, there's residue. I had to put that on here. Anywhere you want to smell it. Now you can really smell it because, you know, just like you put Vicks right there. I put Vicks because there's essential oil in Vicks. Did you know that? There's essential oil being used in Vicks, and you put it on your nose at night. I do it because of my lung issue. I'm not doing it because I have a cold or a fever. I'm doing it because I want that essential oil for the 6 hours that I'm going to be sleeping. 5 hours, 6 hours. Usually in the middle of the night, if I blow my nose or something, I have to redo it. Put some essential oil, some incense, like that powerful amber. This is what you do when you work with spirits. Spirit guides, angel guides, is you take precautions in energy. This is a common sense energy. Think of it as all energy. This isn't religion. This isn't about some damning of you of working with the spirit. No, only the Holy Spirit. Hello, Machiwa. Yeah. Orchas. Kone. So apparently I don't even need medicine. I could just keep on transmitting without it. You don't need medicine. It's just something that helps you in the beginning of your spiritual journey to awaken your mind and consciousness and spirit and connect. It's real, dude. But there's a lot of 3D people taking this medicine and don't know how to use it properly, or they're not even using it for the same reason you're using it. I'm not using it for fun. I'm not using it to talk and laugh and have sex or something. I'm using it in my alone time, in my meditation, and when the lights are turned out, when my consciousness is empowered. Okay, so there's different reasons why people are using medicine. So. But yeah, I went through a stage of dragons. I had a lot of different dragons in my life. And then that was a stage. I needed this strength. I needed this protection. I needed this wisdom. Dragons are known for their ancient knowledge and wisdom. Well, that was way before Christos. I didn't learn all about the Dracon and Draconians and the freaking reptilians and shit. But still, there's positive reptilians out there, right? Positive dragons out there. What is your intention? Are you working with the positive being or not? Right? Or you got this being, you know, those people following demons and fallen angels and making sigils and pacts with demons. Well, dude, what's up? That's vampire. You're accepting, oh, here's my blood, here's my sigil made with blood. What the F? You know what you're doing, apparently. You're putting yourself in there. Well, that's the type of person who's not thinking about protection and purifying. They're not into purifying in there. They're into taking a needle, taking some of their blood, using that blood to make the demon sigil. No, honey, that's not what we're doing here. Okay? Two different creeds. That's the other creed. So, you can take it in that direction. You're God sovereign free if that's what you want to do. Connect to some dark power so you can get the powers, because that's a whole nother arena. That's sex, drugs, rock and roll. You're into power, money, fame. Having those things alone is not inherently bad or wrong or evil. It's a system of Babylon, a system of this ancient power, this dark ones who are in power. Okay, that is calling signs. Those are symbols, and that's their code. We're not following that code. You're. Thank you for that love, Holy One. You're so kind. You're so loving. We are following light. We're representing the principles of a good God, a loving God, unconditional loving God, not some controlling vampiric energy. I mean, come on, guys. We're not perfect down here. Maybe you will connect to some dark energies sometimes accidentally, not purposefully. In your mind, you want to have positive vibes. Thank you for those hearts. They want control and through manipulation and power and taking. That's vampire. They do totally different sacred spaces. They do totally different things with their mind and imagination and intentions. You guys are following this type of information, and obviously you're not into that. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you're into both. Who knows? But for the sake of this video, we're not representing that. You would say choice. we're into the expansion choice. We're into not taking but expanding and giving and sharing. Unity. There are those for unity and those against unity. They wouldn't say that, but they're into fear, guilt, shame. That's not unity. Inequality, elite. You know, who's the one in the hierarchy above the others? No. Okay, so what we got here is, let me show you where some of these spirits are coming from. This is a diagram that is available to everyone who is a member, who join. And so this is an excellent teaching tool for me, but also an excellent learning tool for you guys. So here you are in the creation of God. It's a 15-dimensional creation. Spheres, a universal Templar of spheres within spheres. Oh, look, do you not see spheres? Spheres within spheres. Okay? Now here we are, way down at the bottom rung. Not the bottom rung, but the bottom levels. In the reasoning mind, in the ego mind. Well, your spirit guides, some of your spirit guides are coming from these higher dimensions of reality. Notice these are reference to chakra. Dimension 4, heart chakra. Dimension 5, throat chakra. These are Templar. These are stargates to other timelines. And yes, they are timelines. See all these different timelines? Look at the timeline of angels. This is the timeline of angels. This is the timeline of archangels. So your spirit guides are coming from these places, from other levels of reality. Extraterrestrial. Some of them not nice, are they? The red ones here are fallen angels. Omicron's fallen. Dracon fallen. Odedicron fallen. Anu Draco's fallen. Malevolent Dinos obviously fallen. Oh, there's good ones who haven't fallen, who are serving law of one. See, there is dragons that are positive. Friendly. The Ceres didn't fall. The bird people. The Ceres are good. The reptilian bird people are not good. Azrael Dracon plus a Dracon is a dark angel called an avian Anu Draco. So this is one of my spirit guides. This is my main spirit guide. Look where this spirit guide is. The 11th dimension. Dolphins, their spirit, their energy is coming from the same level. These are all violet flame races. So you get some type of idea when you're thinking about your spirit guide, which family are these? So I just want to show that reference point because one of the reasons of connecting to your spirit guides is actually connecting to these families. It won't always be visions or dreams of animals. And sometimes it'll eventually change and evolve, upgrade to angels, archangels, avatar beings, ghost-like beings, spiritual beings, godlike beings, collective beings. Okay? You go from little animals, little squirrel, little dolphin, little bear, cat, angel, archangel, God. You know, that's all God, but you know what I'm saying? You see the higher levels of God that you're like, whoa, Shiva. And you will see, you will feel. You have this Templar, the Guardians call Chakra Templar. Right now, Earth is down here in the third one. The heart is the fourth chakra. A lot of these are coming from the astral fourth chakra. Then you have beings coming from the archetype. This is a whole nother dimension of reality. I showed you the timelines. It's a different timeline, a different higher evolved being who can downstep itself. See, you're here, and maybe you have your third eye opened. You're here. We're here in 3D. Sorry, I put my finger in the wrong place. You're here in the 3D. We're here. Your angel's up here. Your angel guide is right here. Well, you have to have your third eye open to see the angel. You understand? Your consciousness, your body's down here. You have to have your heart, throat, your third eye open to see the angel. How are you going to see a spirit, a demon, or anything if you don't have any psychic energies, which is another way of saying if you don't have any chakra opened. So, obviously, spirit guides is a spiritual topic. I mean, a lot of people see different things and they don't realize maybe it's a guide. Maybe it's just some interaction or some connection. But realize, you guys, a lot of our own thoughts are coming from higher consciousness. Remember, they see us, we can't see them directly, they can see us, no problem. What I'm saying is, it's easier for them to see and perceive and connect to us than it is for us to reach up to them. Because they have the DNA for connecting to lower levels. We don't have the DNA, or we have some DNA that connects us to the higher levels. So they're much more psychic, much more powerful, much more intelligent, much more... Doesn't mean they're much more... just because they're up in higher realities doesn't mean they're good. Remember, we have a spectrum of consciousness, and it started falling from the 11D, and we're down here. So we have darkness. Some of those beings could be dark. Anything from 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension, 8, 9, 10, 11. Up to 11 dimension, you can still deal with spiritual warfare. You'll still deal with dark beings. I mean, they'll still be around in your reality. Whether it's affecting you or not, it's still going to be in your reality, in your dimension. So, right now, on Earth drama, we're dealing with a lot of aliens. From some of them are dark avatars. That's 11th dimension, 10th dimension. They're able to reincarnate here. They reincarnate, they take their spirit, their soul and level, and put it into an incarnate level on Earth. We're doing that. I'm a Starseed, you're a Starseed, Indigo Child. Well, we're doing that, but we're the good guys. We're trying to help Earth and the consciousness of the humans. They're trying to constrict it. They're trying to control it, dominate it. So if you guys get any vibe like that from any person, any spirit, well, hello. Remember, you have power over demons. You can say, you can chikasma. Put that power there, baby. Stand in it. Know your connection to God and this light that we call Christ, Christos. It's a vibration. It's a mindset. It's a speech. It's a way of life. You walk, you talk, you represent it. Okay? And so when you vibe that, when you're connecting, when you're like expressing that in the world, in this drama, well, you're shifting energies down here. Like, I'm coming and dropping my codes. You, Starseed brother, sister, are dropping your codes. We're dropping codes, honey. What's up? We're changing this world through codes, through consciousness, through speech, through actions. We are expressing that light principle, that unconditional love, grace, mindfulness, not fear, not guilt. That's the old shit. That's the old, what is that? Stinky shit. That's the old paradigm, the old process. The patriarchy, the male sexist religion. It puts down the woman. This is all, what is this? This is, I'm going out the door. That's what it is. It's the old energy, the old consciousness. And so you, learning about spirit guides, for example, you're expanding yourself and reaching higher consciousness. Think about it. That's what a spirit guide is. It's higher consciousness. Why would you be seeking out a guide if it wasn't higher? You're seeking inspiration. You're seeking some type of benefit, or you don't think of it as a benefit, improvement, expansion, code. That spirit guide can help you out. These spirits, these angels or whatever, they love you, they heal you, they watch over you, protect you. You can connect to them. You have benefit. You're vibrating to the law of one. So are they. You can reach them. You can reach higher consciousness. No, you don't want to walk a path of love, bliss, joy. When's the last time you felt joy? When's the last time you experienced joy or shared joy? Okay? If you're capable of those things, you're capable of reaching higher consciousness. You're capable of being psychic. You're capable of also seeing these other worlds. It's not just for a select few or only the chosen ones. That's bullshit. It's for all humans. All humans do have that potential. You can't take a chakra and just throw it away. I mean, you can downstep and then it fragments, but it's not the same as, hey, I don't want this chakra no more. I don't want this consciousness no more. I'm getting rid of it. You can't take a chakra. You can close it up. You can calcify it up, but you're not like ripping it out of your anatomy. All humans have up to 12 dimensions of consciousness. That's a lot of consciousness. That 12th dimensional consciousness is what we call Christ consciousness, what the guardians call Christos. And so, as a Christos being, you're going to be aligning yourself with only positive love type of spirit guides. Beings that aren't mean. Beings that are loving, guiding, not vampiring from you, not treating you as a lower. If you get some spirit guide belittling you, putting you down, or even communicating that you must listen to me, hello, red flag. A guardian angelic law of one being will not do that. That's a red flag. Remember, this is a spiritual war. We purify and cleanse our space, protect it. This is a spiritual war. You put boundaries on those energies. So, you want to mess with the Ouija board to connect to spirits? No, you don't. What the F are you doing? Even if you're highly protected and good person, you don't want to mess with the Ouija board. What do you think that thing is? What do you think spirit boards are for? And do these beings in the Ouija board give you you go apply for a job, you get a resume? Did this being tell you what they are and who they are? Did you ask? As a matter of fact, any spirit, did you ask, or are you going to put that intention? Who are you? What are you? What do you represent? Are you? You can say something from the Christos. Question them from the Christos information. Are you coming from the blue flame Elohai? Are you part of the Seraphai? Are you part of Law of One? But of course, you did that all beforehand, right? Remember, you put all those intentions beforehand. Only Law of One, only love and light. Okay? Now, let's say you get involved with some spirit and it's negative, and you, for some reason you don't know how to get rid of it. Well, that's when you start going into self-defense, psychic self-defense, defense against the dark arts. You learn how to protect your space and your being. These dark beings, they don't get permission. They'll just railroad you if they can. They'll control you, kill you, dominate you if they can. So we are becoming knowledgeable about these things, and so we're not made a victim, and we care about our children and our own selves and our world. I mean, one time, you guys, I was just visiting my family, and I stayed the night in their spare bedroom, and that night I was attacked by some spirit. In the middle of my sleep, I'm like being attacked. It wasn't a normal succubus. A normal succubus wants to feed off you and suck energy and hold you down and mobilize you. It's called sleep paralysis. It's not sleep paralysis. It's a freaking spirit attacking you, not getting your permission to eat your life force. Well, this being was not interested in that. It was just wanting to literally harm me, like physically attack me. Now, I found out later by my family that the person who used to live in that room was into that shit. Who's into dark, They were always wearing dark shit. Dark makeup, dark clothes, piercings, always, unsociable, always staying in their room unless they had to come out, unless they were forced to come out to eat with the rest of the family, So that is an example of the type of spirits you don't want to be involved with. And I was thrown off guard. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I was traveling. Let's say you stay the night in a hotel. How many other people's spirits are visiting in that hotel, or some other house? You don't know what's been in there. Excuse me, is it? You don't know who else has been there, right? So that is something I had left my guard down, but we don't let our guard down. That was a learning experience. If anything, hey, why not bring? It's not hard to get some charcoal discs and some. Bring that with you to the hotel or wherever you're traveling to, and you don't need to haul around something like this. You just need a flat rock. Isn't that fireproof? A little flat rock or big rock, whatever. You put the disc on. It's not. You can pick it up. Maybe there's fire detectors inside, hotel. You just gotta be careful with you just cleanse it in a different way. There's spritzes, sprays you can cleanse. You can mop the floor and do a form of cleansing. Literally, you would put special botanicals or energies, whatever, in the water. Same with a bath. You can have a spiritual bath. These are just things that you think about when you're traveling, I guess. Or it could just be at home, too. Maybe you live with someone who's bringing in that dark shit. And maybe you're a minor and you're living with family and you have no control over living with some twisted person in your family or whoever's sharing the household energy with you. Maybe they're bringing drama in. Maybe they're bringing in energies. And maybe that's why you have to cleanse and purify. So, much respect to you guys in your spiritual journey. I love you. Machiwa. Yeah. We have Jess. Greetings, Holy One. Much respect. We got 126 souls online. Tracy Joe. You can use sage. I don't like sage. I prefer frankincense. But yeah, you can use sage, desert sage, white sage. There's sweet grass. That's another herb. Ooh, 1144. Average view duration 1144. It just changed to 1146. But you see what I'm talking about? Synchrony, spirit, consciousness, energy. When you see synchrony, it's spirit it's consciousness. Okay? So what we do is we are simply, you know, you don't have to work with spirit guides, right? But you want that bonus, that boost in your journey. You don't need crystals, right? But I always get my hairs around here. But you co-create with them because it helps your journey. It boosts your journey. It makes it faster, accelerates it. You work with this energy. You work with the incense energy. You work with, I mean, this is a movie replica from Gandalf, but it still has energy now after working with it and moving energy through myself and being physically connected to it. There's energy there. You put energy in your surroundings, in your walls. You know, whoever lived in that house, whoever lived in that room that the succubus attacked me, the energy is in there. Okay, so I gotta catch up again. Sorry. Yeah, this is different when Helena. This was before American Horror Story had in show. I can't see that word. It's covered up. Positive. Reminded myself I was in light bubble. You see, thank you. Thank you, Ada. Hello, my spiritual brother. I asked, what is the meaning of the word you're always saying, Machiwa? Okay, I'll get to that. Let me finish this one first. I just kept positive and reminded myself I was in light bubble of God. You guys, that is what light workers do. Light workers, okay, witches are doing their shit. If you're a witch, all the power to you, right? We're not witches, okay? So, but we're still using our mind in similar ways. We're using, the witch has psychic powers, we have psychic powers. We're a priest of light. We're not using black magic or taking energy from anything else. All that divine energy is from yourself. Okay? Isn't it funny how I've been to Reiki class. I get certified in Reiki 1. It's not much, right? But I just wanted to check it. And they're claiming the power does not come from you. First of all, that tells you they do not understand all are God. If all are God, the Reiki energy is coming from you. I love you. Oh, the energy is coming from somewhere else. So, realize that you're all God, or realize you're not. Because if you're not all God, then you're right. It's not your energy, but that's not the actual truth, is it? How many of you are Reiki and believe that? You tell me in the comments. Write it in the comments. Oh no, the energy's coming from somewhere else. Where? Who is sending you this energy? Okay, what is Templar? What is Chakra? It's your energy. It's your third dimensional energy. It's your fourth dimensional energy. It's your fifth dimensional energy. It's your sixth dimensional energy. Your seventh dimensional. Your Chakra. Your Templar. Oh, but Reiki it thinks, oh no, it's coming out there. It's coming down there. So Machiwa. The energy's coming out of your hand. It's coming out of your consciousness. It's coming from you. Who is God? You are God. You are God. You are sovereign. You are free. You heal, and the energy comes from you, not somewhere else or someone else. It's coming from you, Vato Loco. Oh, what a concept. You feel it in your hand, from your body, it's coming from you. Sorry, that was a big deal back in the day. Where I had to deal with that shit. Distortion. Oh, you go ahead and believe that then, homie. See how far that takes you in your journey. Right? So, we deal with the distortion in this world. So, as a matter of fact, if you're going to learn about spirit guides from the New Age, you might get some distortion like that. So, remember, and from the Christos, you learned that consciousness started up here and downstepped itself, and now there's beings down there, but it's still God. Those beings created alien races in the 15-dimensional matrix. They're still God. Those beings created aliens beneath them. Those aliens are still God. By the time you get to you, you're still God, and the energy is coming still from you. But the Reiki person doesn't connect that through the astral, the archetype. They call this the third eye, but it's the celestial, the angel. This is coming from your what? Do you guys know? So we go through 15 chakras, and most people in Reiki are only familiar with 7. Okay, there's more than 7. That's only half the package. Are you kidding me? Right? So we're bringing in 12th dimensional consciousness. We're bringing in Christos consciousness. Okay? Now, imagine what type of spirit guides you have when you're working with that, You're just dealing with direct connection to God. When you're living in the liquid light, okay? When you're living in those higher fields, you have full memory, you have connection. You see. It's not like hope or faith. It's a literal knowing. That's an awareness that comes within you. We're all divine beings. Maybe we don't act like it, right? Because we're living in a distorted planet. Literally, Earth is distorted. The life on Earth is distorted. That's because Earth became distorted by fallen angels. Fallen angels use technology. They don't have connection to life force energy. So I guess if some fallen angel is practicing Reiki, well, now it makes sense, right? So the fallen angel does not have life force. The fallen angel in the phantom is disconnected from life force. We're all getting life force. We are. That is your life force. You know, if I went back in the day to that person who said that teacher teaching Reiki and saying that, you would say, hey, now look, are you aware of your other selves? Do you literally feel them and see them and experience them? So we want to get to that point, you guys. You start off at a certain level, right, of awareness. Wow, okay. Well, you start learning about spirit guides. You start learning about angels. You start learning about Atlantis and Lemuria and the spiritual war. And you start learning about consciousness and your huva bodies, your chakras, and all this anatomy that these teachings talk about. You will learn Templar. You will learn Ascension. You would say advanced Ascension mechanics through this innerchristos, which is coming from our teacher Ashiana Dean. Ashiana Dean. Check it out. Our teacher Iasha, she is coming out with these 2 books called Voyagers 1, Voyagers 2. It's called The Sleeping Abductees, and the one, the Minty, something about a Minty, and Angelic Realities. She's made 3 books, and she's made countless workshops. Check it out. And you'll see I'm not making up this stuff. And you guys, you don't have to believe anything I say. You don't have to believe anything Ashana or the Guardians say, right? Because you're God, sovereign, free. We recognize that within you. So others don't. Others judge and put you into the compartment, of God, of creation. Like you're a guilty, sinful human sinner. So you're not in the compartment of God. You see the distortion there. No, we're learning and connecting to spirit guides through the concept of law of one, not through something else. You understand that being is either, like he said, mean, or is a loving being. What is this being speaking and saying and doing? Speaking and saying. What is this person saying and doing? Okay, what is their philosophy? What is their spirituality? Why don't you ask them? Because you guys, some people are just like, oh, I'm an angel channeler. I can channel angels. I'm better than you. You must listen to me because I am connected with these divine consciousness. Bullshit! Chosen ones? Bullshit! We're all God. Where do you get chosen one? Where do you get any type of inequality? Any type of hierarchy? There's no hierarchy in equality. Equality, equal, same. Hierarchy, not same, not equal, right? You got some elite above the others, not the same, not equal, right? What's this whole worship of archangels? This angel's better than that angel. This is the most powerful angel. That's the number one angel. What the F? All are one, vatos. If all are one, all are equal in God, there's no hierarchy. And as a matter of fact, when you look at the spectrum of consciousness and we're only here and you look at an angel, an archangel, hello, there's no intrinsic value. There's no different intrinsic value. It's all the same value, but the consciousness is different. The consciousness can hold more at higher levels. You go to a lower level, it can't. You go to another lower level, less consciousness, less spirit, less energy. Well, you're not damned. You can change and go the other direction and expand. And now you're more. Now you're more. That's what we do, you guys. You walk through your Templar and expand, not contract, not vampire take. You're contracting. You're not expanding. You're falling, fallen angel. Once you were in 12th dimension, now you found yourself in the 3rd dimension. Wow, you sure fell. Well, technically, we humans come from density 2, which is dimensions 4, 5, and 6. That's density universe 2. So the other beings who are, you would say, for example, the Lyran, Syrian, Anuhazi. Let's say you're seeing cat people, or let's just say you're seeing a cat. Maybe you're seeing a lion, and maybe the lion, feline, whatever, is your spirit guide. Hello, that feline Lyran is coming out of the same. It's part of the DNA of a Starseed Lyran avatar called Anuhazi. These cat people that we keep talking about, they have a name. Their race, their people are called Anuhazi. And so the Anuhazi could be reaching you with a sigil or a symbol of a cat in your dreams. Well, like I said earlier, remember, as you go on your spiritual journey, now it's not going to just be a simple cat in your dream. It'll be something greater. And maybe it'll be a freaking cat people. Maybe it'll be a cat starseed, working with you, communicating with you. You'll see them. See, while we're developing our psychic abilities, developing our spiritual energy and our consciousness, others will say it doesn't exist. We're actively experiencing it, and there's people telling us it's not real. Okay. We don't judge them judging us. They can say that. They can believe in that. They haven't opened this Templar. They haven't opened this chakra. They don't see spirit guides. They don't see angels. They don't see dolphins and lions showing up in their dreams. Well, doesn't mean they're damned. Remember, any consciousness that has fallen or is dark, they could always reverse, the reversal. See, there's consciousness expanding, and reverse consciousness is falling. Expanding, well, yeah. So we could go like this, right? Up and down, up and down. Hopefully we're just going 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, all the way up. So you'll just imagine what kind of spirit guides. You know what's interesting? One day you will be the spirit guide visiting your past self, your lower self. Hi, Holy One. Because someday you will be 6th dimensional, 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th dimensional, right? And if your conscious, remember, an avatar has the consciousness of 1,728 other selves. Remember when I said earlier, your higher selves can see you, no problem? Well, look, it has you in its consciousness. Think about this. Think about all your past experiences. You can remember your past dramas and all your changes as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, as a parent, as a boss or coworker. You can see those parts of yourself by thinking it in your mind, in your memory. Well, an avatar is awake and aware of you now, seeing all of you at once, not just you. You and 1,728 other selves. Okay? It doesn't need spirit guides. It is the spirit guiding. It is the higher consciousness in the lower consciousness. It is the higher consciousness dropping thoughts, codes to you. So once again, it's beneficial to have spirit guides, to reach higher consciousness. You have benefit to work with higher consciousness. So why not have a spirit guide? Hey, why not have a few spirit guides? Okay, I'm not bragging. I'm simply reporting like numbers and facts, like things I have seen and experienced. These are some of my spirit guides, like the fox, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, I'm thinking in different times of my life. There was one, the beaver, once the pelican. These all had meanings and purposes in my life. But some will stay with you for long chunks of your life, or maybe all your life. Right? You know that's a very important connection then. If you right now have a guide that has been working with you, or you've seen and experienced this guide several times in your life, you know that's a winner. That is an important one. That is significant. Because other helpers, other guides are just going to come along to help you in a certain period of your life. Okay? Maybe certain, drama or change or shift in your life. You'll need specific medicine for a specific guide. That's what they call them, you guys. Let's say your spirit guide is a raven. I just lost track of what I was saying because I was thinking of different animals. But let's say wait a second. If you have a spirit guide as a raven, Indigo Wizard? Whoa, bro! Machiwa, machiwas. Thank you, brother. Dang, man. Did you hit the lottery or something? Much respect, homie. Because I know you're going through drama. You've been having problems with different individuals, right? Thank you, brother. You're awesome, man. That is so awesome. Shadow Hunter. I have to say hello to everybody. Charles Thomas. Jennifer Miller. Yeah, wow, right? Julia Rendon. Julia, I think I'm a Lyran Starseed. I don't know. And you guys, it's okay. if you don't know. But someday you will and can know. Okay, maybe I'm a Lyran Starseed. Let's learn more about them, right? That's what you would do, guys. If you think you are, but not sure. I would stay away from those, am I a Starseed quizzes and tests? Why do you need a quiz or a test? See, that's one of the beginning spiritual newbie mistakes. Always trying to find something that will tell you something or someone else that will provide the answers to your questions. When that's okay, right, to be getting advice or something, but what's really important is that you guys are looking within. Start getting used to checking inside what is who you are. Check if you are the Lyran. Put intention there. Remember what I said at the beginning. Put it in a piece of paper. Put it on your pillow. Am I a Starseed? And also, besides the little piece of paper that you write, remember, this is all important to go through these steps because it's your energy. It's the human spirit using their consciousness. It's energy. And when you make a note, that's freaking power. That's energy. When you put a prayer, that's energy. You're adding more. You're stacking it in your favor. Manifestation. So you put a note. Am I a Lyran Starseed? Put that handwritten note, not a typewritten one, a handwritten note underneath your pillow. Put a crystal of memory or of connection. You know, research. I got all kinds of books on crystals. Now you could just reference and find the crystal that will help you with your guide. Did you guys know? Okay, do I have this book available? No, but I do have this book. What the shit? Of course I just spilled wax by doing that. Dude, I'm used to having wax on me. Who cares? Even this book has wax on it, right? Dreams. Maybe you look up a wolf dream. You know, damn. Oh, my freaking hair. Sorry, guys. If I ever have a wife in the future, she's going to have to put up with that. Anyways, all kinds of spirit guides, vatos, all kinds of information. And, you know, why wouldn't higher consciousness reach you in dreams? How else? Is it going to send a freaking email? Is it going to come knocking at your door? No, it's going to come in when you change your consciousness and sleep. Like some people make such a big deal about utilizing, co-creating with medicine to expand the mind and consciousness. They think that's a no-no. That's wrong. You're doing it the wrong. Huh? See, we are becoming aware of all these different things like spirit guides, like crystals, like anything symbolic that the human spirit has value. You put value in something, you can connect to it. You can connect to these things. And we're using these tools. Not because you need them, but because you can actually, like there was a time in your life where you didn't believe in any of this. Right? You didn't believe in spirits. You didn't believe in maybe angels or anything, right? But now you do. Your life has led you to now considering that there's something that's out there that could work with me, that would listen to me or help me. Okay? And one thing I want to say is you guys you're not meant to, let's say one of these spirits help you, you're not meant to worship it. You know, in all these magic books, they teach you how to feed these spirits and give them energy, leave them alcohol, leave them some candy or some food. The spirits love that shit. Hello. You don't have to leave some shit, okay? What is that? It's all done through consciousness. Your gratitude is done through consciousness, not through leaving a cookie or a shot of brandy for the spirit. Dude, if you don't believe me, that's what some of these books teach you. The spirits want something in return. Oh, the spirit needs or wants. It doesn't need, it doesn't want. It has its own resources in its own reality. So, but those books do have some, you would say, benefit by looking at the associations. When you start talking about spirit guides and you start talking about dreams and all this stuff, you want to find a reference book. Now, since I'm doing this video, I might as well go get it, but I have to go get it, you guys. I thought it was that book, and I spilt that candle for nothing. I really want to get this book. Will you guys wait 20, 30 seconds? Because I got to go get it. Oh, good. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. This is basically another magic book, but this is stuff I had from 10 years ago, man, but I still have it. And what it does is give you correspondences. Correspondences. Now, I'm not trying to teach you black magic or shit, okay? I'm trying to teach you correspondences. And a book like this will have intentions or something. And the index will have separate categories like plants, crystals, stuff like that. And well, let me flip through it, and let's say, oh, here's some animals. Dove. The dove. Maybe the dove is your spirit guide, right? And it's the same as going online and checking in Google, like I said earlier, for, dolphin dream meaning. You're looking at the meanings. You're looking at the correspondences. You're looking at how to connect to them, right? And it's in this book, so it would be useful. It's the element of the dove connects to water. It's connects to Venus. I don't like to connect to the planets and shit, and it has these intentions. For example, if you had a dream about the dove, here are some of the things it could mean: death, fertility, forgiveness, gentleness, grief, grounding, happiness, harmony, healing, life, longevity, magic, sex magic, messages, omens, the mind, peace, pregnancy, childbirth, prophecy, prosperity. You see, a spirit guide is bringing you a message, has correspondence, has a symbol, has a purpose. You don't have to use a book like that. You can find, remember, I told you to check 5 different sources, or a few, 2, 3, 4 different sources, and then you find the ones that are saying that have, like that one said peace or happiness or whatever, fertility. Well, find other ones that are also say that, and remove the things that don't, And always check on your inner side too. List your own ideas. You should always do that first. Check your own mind and your own consciousness and write it down, what you think the dove means, what the dragon meant, what the eagle meant, what the bear meant, what the grasshopper meant, what the praying mantis meant. Because right now, right this second, maybe you don't know. So you use a reference. It's research. You research and make this part of your life. Now your dreams have purpose. Okay? Or like just like I said earlier, you could reverse engineer. Start with the intention first. Maybe your intention is fertility. Remember, what is fertility? That is a consciousness, that's energy, that's an intention, that the human being, you're a human being, you're moving energy and thoughts and consciousness in that arena. Okay, so now we're simply using that connections, that universal connections. We're using correspondences and symbols and connections to communicate, to understand what was the message. What was that dream about? You know, what was the first? Check yourself, then check online or books or something. Okay, so this is just some idea, you guys. Because I remember it was frustrating at the beginning and trying to wonder what the hell does that meant. That dragon, for example, what in the world was that green dragon about? You know, to me that was something good about money, and I was making good money in those days. I was self-employed and I had a whole different online business, and I had enough money to travel to Ukraine and visit and date and girls and shit and visit and travel, check out the Black Sea. I've been in the port of Odessa, Mama. I've been in the Opera House. I actually had a great experience in Ukraine. So this was years ago before the war. So, but I had total different set of spirit guides than I do now, right? Because back then my values were different. So my spirit guides were different. And maybe you are having some shit experiences in life, and dark experiences, negative experiences in life. Well, unless you take care of that, you guys, your dream work, your spirit guide work, your connection work is going to connect to dark shit, negative shit, because your energy, your vibe is there. Your energy and vibe, your thoughts are there. So why put that into spirit guide? Why put that into a ritual or a healing or a prayer? You don't. You wait till you take care of that shit. Same with medicine. You don't want to take any type of spiritual medicine if you're in just shit mood, in an angry vibration or whatever. We're trying to do this mindfully in a smart way, right? Take care of that shit. Take care of your mood. Uplift yourself, and then go into that spiritual work, whatever it is. Maybe that sounds like common sense, but sometimes we don't think about it. Maybe that's the problem with witchcraft and Wiccans. They're usually trying to curse someone who's taking their boyfriend, or try to get revenge, or try to take someone's power, or put a curse or a block on someone, or whatever. What the F? Okay, that's you. That's your principle. That's your focus. No, thank you. Okay, so you're gonna have people doing this for different reasons. You have your reason. You're a guardian. You're representing light, right? So yeah. Citizen. Thank you so much, Vato. Holy One, much respect. Yeah. Thank you, man. You're awesome. Shadow Hunter, what's up? I can't tell if that's English or is that Euro. Is that London? Wait, I don't know that symbol. Anyways, Shadow Hunter, what's up? Usually I get so curious where people are coming from. Can you tell me, what is the moon? Is it good or bad? Good question, Holy One. Much respect. Now, I'll be transparent. I love to be transparent and just tell you if I don't know or do know. I just want to say that I haven't heard Ashiana talk about the moon, and maybe she has. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there. It's not coming from my idea from the Christos. It's from my other ideas and my other workings, my other connections and understandings that the moon is dark. It's a real thing. It's actual, but it's really there, because flat earthers don't believe it's even real, or they don't think stars are real or whatever. But anyways, it's an actual thing out there. And but she might have said something about the moon. I just can't remember at the present moment. But I'm a big proponent of Carrie Cassidy, so I learned a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot of stuff from her, because I know she's also an indigo child and also a student of Ashiana, right? She's the one that brought Ashiana to the public. So obviously she's into the work and behind that principle. And so when I hear her talk and the whistleblowers talk, like the super soldiers and the others involved in these higher, operations and space program, well, they all say the same thing, right? That it's fallen angelic, it's dark shit, and the Germans were the first ones to get there, because a long time ago, we're like talking about 20s and 30s and shit. Okay, so they actually got in contact with some negative inner Earth races who helped them evolve out of this timeline. So they got to Earth, or to the moon, a long time ago, way before anyone else. They got UFOs and tech way before everyone else. You can believe that or not. Okay, that's coming out of hardcore Carrie Cassidy interviews and all that, all those real time like live interviews that she does with these. And I've seen Carrie in person, and I've studied her work for years. And anyways, basically, yeah, it's being run by the fallen forces and beings, and that's why the Germans were able to get on there. And so it's kind of like Battlestar Nibiru. Have you heard of that yet? It's a giant artificial satellite. That's what the moon is. It's not actually a natural moon. It's got civilizations inside. It's got bases. It's an object that could move. It's an object that wasn't always here, and now it's here. It's an object that, you have to get some space on the moon. Like the Americans had to get space on the moon, but through permission and through this whatever, so we're like, I know that some of the testing they've done has come out that they know that it's hollow because they've done certain experiments on the surface of it. And I remember seeing footage of the moon that wasn't shown to, you if you do research on the moon, you'll find out that there's actual footage out there. There's actual footage of giants. Okay? There's actual footage of possibly, I don't know if they're Nephilim giants, but there's some kind of giants from these, either Sumeria, possibly Atlantis, or in between, because that was 50,000 years ago. So who knows, right up to there. But there's definitely been UFOs seen, recorded very clearly coming out of the moon. So they use portals, obviously. It's a very active place, and most of the civilizations are on the dark side of the moon. And you know how the orbit is always facing Earth as it goes around? Like, everyone always sees the same surface of the moon. You can memorize what it looks like. there's pictures of it. We all see the same thing when we physically look at it. If I'm here in America, or if you're here in Russia, they will see the same moon. I mean, what it looks like, right? The texture and all that. So I just know that's a main staging point. That a lot of activity will happen through there, then they go down to the earth, So, I mean, I can't tell you a lot about it. I just know, I feel strongly myself that that's the truth, because when you start putting all these puzzle pictures together and so many people talking about it, and there's certain things written in history about the moon, well, you make a decision. And I feel I resonate with the fact that this is a base of many different aliens, mostly serving the darkness, the fallen angels, the beings from Nibiru. It's the beings from Nibiru, dude, who are in our solar system. Planet X, the scientists call it Planet X. They're the ones who actually effed up Earth. So they have Nibiru, they have Battlestar Nibiru, they have the moon, and they have Earth. They're conquering Earth. So, under the scenes, through the dark illuminated ones, through wars, through all this shit in the air and the food, the water, and our medicine, if you want to call it medicine, it's not medicine. It's all coming from the freaking Nibiru. Our religions are coming from Nibiru. So if they could use the planet Battlestar Nibiru to reverse 2/3 of Earth's fields, then they can park a freaking moon up on our planet as an obvious observation point, intelligence point. And not to mention that, well, there's something else I want to say about the moon. Yes. You can use science to check this. You can use science. Okay? It's in an unnatural orbit. And other moons are not, but ours is in an unnatural orbit. Doesn't work that way. It's not supposed to do that. And you can read up more about that, but our moon is in an unnatural orbit. And the fact that the moon is used in black magic. It's literally put in position, yes, to create, what's that called? When you cover the sun and don't see it? This is not natural. The odds of that, as a matter of fact, no other planets have this. Why does our planet do that? Why does our planet have cover this, this is all by design. Apparently that's something to do with the reptilians, but I just know that I always suspected some weird shit with that. Why is the eclipse happening and it's such a big deal energetically, magically speaking, people make a big deal about the eclipse and use it. Well, dude, this is used for a reason. They're covering this light for a reason. The eclipse is unnatural. The orbit is unnatural. I mean, the eclipse is not normal. It doesn't happen. And so those are just some of the things. There's a whole bunch of research that could tell you more. Besides the UFOs and the dark, what's going on the dark side of the moon, and some of the scientific things you can check with the moon. I mean, maybe I'll get deeper into it later, but right now, because I eventually want to start talking about the secret space program. That is big part in my energies, so I know I got to talk about it. I'm supposed to talk about it. So, good question. Thank you for asking. And thank you for supporting Christos Avatar. It's bad. Welcome. Citizen became an angel. What's up, Citizen? Thank you, Holy One. An indigo wizard, brother. What's up, brother? Was that like my early birthday present? That's what it felt like. Oh, wow. You have the dragon, the eagle, and the lion? Life Monique, Sarah Holder, Charles Thomas. You have 25 cats? Whoa, dude. I used to live, when I was a little boy, I lived in Chino Valley, Arizona. So it had no electricity. It was just a few acres of dry desert land. And we had a bunch of cats. Not 25, but we had like 15 cats, 6 or 7 or 8 dogs. We had one horse. I don't know. I don't remember chickens, but we had a few farm animals. It was so weird. And one of these cats had extra toes and huge paws. And we've seen it go like this to a rattlesnake. It would go like knock it like that. And we called it Bigfoot, this cat. And it would just, no problem, take out snakes. Hello, Lyran's taking out the reptilian. What's up? Dude, think about it. A snake is totally helpless against a cat. It just wants to go hide somewhere. And maybe we get some slow ass cat and it'll get it, but 25 dogs. Chicken people. Well, those are avians. They're a form of avians. We get all kinds of bird animals and bird beings. And to some people, it's going to sound ludicrous, right? Because we think of animals as being lowly beings. Every time I hear that, I just want you guys to go, here's one example. Look at the ancient Egyptians. Very spiritual race, people. Very spiritual people, right? They have in their sacred temples, in the hieroglyphs, several holy beings who have a hominid, humanoid body, but an animal head. This is thousands of years ago. And here we think nowadays animals are just lowly little creatures. But we don't think. Maybe our logic could change. Maybe animals down here are a reflection of higher beings up there. You wouldn't call them animals. We call them aliens and starseeds and guardians and stuff, you know? So, like some people can watch the movie Avatar and see blue cat people but think it's ridiculous if it's real life. You know, no, it's not real aliens. Are you stupid? That's a movie. Dude, I get comments like that. I get all kinds of loving comments, but of course you're going to get negative comments too, right? Okay, I didn't finish my train of thought. Higher evolved beings are actual highly evolved animals. Is that hard to understand? Here, we got an eagle version here. What do you think that eagle looks like up there? We got a little kitty cat down here. What do you think that kitty cat looks up there? Well, we got an idea now. Now it's not so impossible to have, Toth supposedly has a bird head. That's implying that he's not just human. He's also some other being from another world. And why do some of them have blue skin? Hello. Ancient, thousands of years hieroglyphs have beings with blue skin and are being worshipped as gods, beings from other worlds. Way before us and our logic in 2023. So what I'm trying to get at is animals are not just some lowly little things. Our earth animals are a lower version of a higher conscious being. Just like humans are. In our next step up, we don't look like this. So you can say we're a lower version of a higher, greater human. And we are. The higher, greater human lives in Tara and is considered a giant, up to 14 feet tall. They say 9 to 14 feet tall. 9 feet's a shorty. Down here we got 4 foot. My daughter's mother was only 4'10", for example. So we have this, this spectrum of beings and consciousness that evolves. We call it Ascension. The Guardians call it Ascension. You go from this dimension and level of reality, you go through something called metamorphosis. Christians call it rapture, right? Where you turn into a new body, an eternal, immortal body. Humans at the higher level are bigger and they're immortal. Obviously much more psychic and intelligent and connected, and they're also in the galactic level. We're in the planet level. They're in the galactic level, exploring dimensions and planets and other galaxies, like multi-galactic. And we're still stuck in this little, what is this? We have a secret space program. It's a secret. We are in the stars, but not all of us, apparently. Thanks, you guys. Chicken people. It does sound ridiculous, right? But you guys, we already know that there's cat people. There's lizard people. There's turtle people, beetle people. And there's elephant beings, people. We're just talking about the ones that we know of and that are mentioned in the Guardian teachings. Obviously, there's millions, billions, trillions of different aliens. Beings from other worlds, other realms, other dimensions, other planets, other galaxies, other universes. Many, many, many. Probably so many you can't count them. Maybe it's more than trillions. I don't know. But if we know just our galaxy alone has 1 trillion stars, and each star has maybe a few planets, that's a freaking huge number of possible life just in our galaxy of trillions alone. So that's why I mean it could be quadrillions, quintillions, who knows? But we do know that there's 10 million alien races, different planets, different star leagues in the Guardian Alliance. So that's a big number, but apparently not as big as the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, which has 25 billion different races in it. That's just an organization. So it must be trillions or quadrillions or whatever, different aliens. As a matter of fact, I don't know if some of you are watching the Carrie Cassidy or that wasn't Carrie Cassidy, that was something else. That was a Gaia thing with David Wilcock interviewing some people like Emery Smith and Corey Good. Well, there was someone, Emery Smith. He was actually working in the secret space program as a scientist, and he was actually working on bodies. At first he was only getting pieces of bodies, but then he was getting full cadavers, right, of alien beings. He from his own testimony of working those times in the secret space program, he saw over 5,000 different aliens. That's just what he saw in our drama playing out in the multi-dimensional, multi-galactic drama. So obviously, that number gets bigger as you realize and find out more and more of the creation that we live in. So the idea, this whole idea of spirit guides, you must have lots of guides or connections out there. Potential guides that you could start researching and learning, and you're going to use your mind, your 3D intellect, and go into meditation and start working with psychic and spiritual energies and figure this stuff out. That's what we do. That's what we are. We're spiritually waking. We're learning about all these most people are just into the physical. They can't see something that's not visible without an awakened chakra. Because you're not going to see these beings unless you had it open, right? or unless they visited you in the 3D, which is highly unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. I've seen the UFO. I didn't see the occupants of the UFO, though. I wasn't... for some reason, I wasn't shown that. Will I remember it later? Yes, most definitely. Right now, I don't remember it, and there's a reason for that. Maybe it's for my protection, my security. Because I probably would have blabbed about it and talked about it if I did. It's so interesting because one of my favorite movies was Fire in the Sky. And because I lived in Arizona. I lived in that town. I lived in Sholo. I lived in Pine Top. I lived in Lakeside. I lived in Chino Valley. I was up there. And to have this story come out was so freaking amazing. I was only a little kid when it happened. I didn't know what was going on. But I brought up the story because I started going to UFO conventions, and I met this guy. I sat next to him. He was playing a guitar. The real guy that got abducted, not the actor, right? So the one who writes the books and goes and does tours and all the conventions. So, yeah, man, it's just like all these people talking about all this stuff. Not just one person, not just one organization. Many people talking about aliens and UFOs and spirits and all this stuff. There's got to be some truth to that. Of course, there's a bunch of distortion and lies at the same time, but you're a being of discernment. You're following, the Christos. You're about truth and resonating with truth. So if you can resonate with truth, that means you can feel bullshit. And maybe you don't understand it, but you have intuition or a gut feeling that knows that there's something not right with that person or with that teaching. Your consciousness, your higher consciousness that does know, is now filtering through to your 3D experience. As a matter of fact, when you are experiencing your higher consciousness, which is what I'm saying is when one of these higher guides one of these higher selves are communicating to you, it's in your own voice, like in your thoughts. You have all these thoughts, maybe thousands in a day, thousands of thoughts. Well, one comes in, but it's in your voice, in your thought. A higher thought comes into and mixes in with now it's perceived as coming from you. It is you, but this version of you, no, it's coming from a higher version of you. It comes in as your thought. So if you start getting some telepathy, some communication, it could be your own, it could be in your brain, in your thoughts, in your voice. Because, we speak and we hear what our voice sounds like. We have an inner voice. You can hear yourself talk in your head, right? It's not in some weird alien spirit guide voice. And it's not as if these beings want to scare you. That's why they start off slow and in your dream where it's safe, where you can wake up. And I'm pretty sure they know that their true appearance could scare you because you wouldn't understand. Most people fear alien beings and races because they don't understand them. So there's a natural, maybe a little bit of fear or intimidation there. So they wouldn't appear to you and scare you, like show up at your door or show up in your room, wake you up and say, "Hey, Vato, what's up?" They're going to come to you gently. And remember, guardians don't go against free will. They're not going to just show up. You have to reach them first. You have to allow and give this, attention. You're awake and aware, and you're giving them permission. Obviously, you start putting intentions. That's giving permission. I only desire love and light. Only beings from my soul family or spirit or Christos family. Well, there you go. You gave permission to your spirit family. So that guardian now can interact with you. These fallen ones don't give a shit. They don't care if you give them permission or not. So if you get a spirit just showing up, wow, start getting some vibes of what they feel like. I'm not saying, let's say a guardian. I mean, I can't say that because every time I go on medicine, I'm doing hardcore. I'm making sure it's all mindful and aware, and I put intentions there, I put prayers there, and I run my incense, and I get this all prepared. As a matter of fact, I fast. It's all planned ahead. It's not something I just do spontaneously. So all of that ritual, all of that practice and work is giving your spirit guides permission. You're saying it. I'm to connect. And maybe they won't answer. And your next thing you want to do is why? Why aren't they answering? Why can't I perceive them? Right? So you guys, that's part of your spiritual journey. It's not just reserved for certain people who are great in psychic powers and have this magnificent heritage. No, all of you have this potential. You just put some mindfulness into it. Start educating yourself, reading and practicing it. Just like you would, try to lose weight, you have to study it first and find out what it takes. Well, there's things to do to open your third eye. There's things to do on a spiritual journey. There's things to do to connect to a spirit guide. And I'll probably be finishing up in the next 10 minutes, you guys. Okay? But that is something you want to be aware of. Is it does take work on your part, and that you need to be aware of this, of this whole flow, right? Because now you're aware that you need to somehow, some way, in your own intentions, give permission to the guardians to work with you, to go. And that's why, there's part of you that was looking. If they show up, then there was part of you that did say something or ask something or do something that is, like, just the fact that you're going on a spiritual journey, it's going to naturally, you're going to gain memory. You're going to gain knowledge and awareness of these other beings. Man, if I talked to my old self 10 years ago, I wouldn't think any of this was possible. The things that I have seen, the things that I have felt and heard, I wouldn't think that was possible. I would say, bullshit, you're lying. That's not true. If I told myself that. So I can feel you. I know what you guys, you want proof, you want confirmation, you haven't gotten it yet, for example. And you start to think and you doubt, and it's not true. Is this true? Is it not true? You guys, I was there. I'm with you. I was there too. I actually mocked this kind of stuff. I don't know if some of you are aware of it. I followed something called Neo-Tech. Neo-Tech. It's old now. It was like a long time ago, but it mocked this stuff. It made fun of spirituality, psychic people. What? So I was there. I was a non-believer. I didn't believe in this shit. But, OMG. I had so much to learn. So much to experience. So many changes. I had to become homeless in order to really change. I mean, I became homeless. Wasn't my plan. So that made changes. And now I started seeing stuff and experiencing stuff, and you will too. I want to say I promise you, but some of you might go off the wagon, so to speak. Some of you may go into some dark shit in your life, maybe a dramatic chapter in your life, and you won't have connection to this shit. You won't be seeing and experiencing synchronies anymore. Doesn't mean you're damned again. Remember, you can always change that. Okay? As a matter of fact, maybe some of you are searching why I don't have energy, why I don't have ambition or incentives, or not incentives, what's the word? You don't have no inside of you seeking something, you know. Part of you knows that's not right or normal. You know that you need to find something to give you that, or return that to you, right? So basically, I was talking about this tonight, you guys, because there's definitely benefit for you to reach and find and seek your spirit guides. And I am pretty sure some of you already are. And just realize there's no limit. Maybe you're going to have 10 spirit guides, 20, 30. You know, I had up to 70. I got tired of counting them, but there was a lot. Several different birds. Several different insects. If I just named the insects. Praying mantis was one for a while. And the wasp. And centipede, scorpion. Those were certain periods of my life. Black widow even was a certain period of my life. Grasshopper, did I say that already? Maybe. You know, you would immediately go and check what each one means. Aquatic animals, like the dolphins, the whales, but also seahorse, anything you can find in the water. And these could be beings like mermaids, beings like angels, beings that are higher evolved. If you're seeing higher evolved beings like those, that means your soul is higher evolved. You're beyond the cricket. You're beyond the potato bug. Now you're into higher things. And that's a progression. It's a normal, natural thing that you evolve, you guys. You're going to work with your dreams for a while first. And as a matter of fact, start learning about dreams. Maybe you don't have lucid dreams. Maybe you don't have dream recall. Well, learn how to. You learn so much on the internet and YouTube. Why don't you learn about how to do that? Learn how to remember your dreams. How to see your spirit guide. It's really about your thoughts, and that's how the universe works. Is energy, it's consciousness, and you just have to put the thoughts there. And that's what I did in my journey. You know, I had to just research that shit, man. I had to go into it. I had to spend time in it. And when I had a copper pyramid and meditated in a copper pyramid. I worked with crystal balls. I worked with crystal bowls. I worked with incense. I worked with drums, and I worked with, my mind wanted to go learn and experiment. And that's what you guys do. I recommend that you experiment, that you try things out, even including medicine, spiritual medicine. I got to watch my hashtags. I say certain words a certain way. So, but yeah, this is something that empowers you guys. And like our friend said, if you have a mean one, why? Well, don't have mean spirit guides. Say, just like you have a mean friend, that's not your friend then, right? You find ones that that make you feel safe, and you feel that this being is. Oh, first of all, you want to develop a track record. Develop a track record and see what comes out of this, what type of vibes you get. Maybe you don't hear words in an actual talking. Maybe it's just a face, an appearance. Maybe that itself is communication. What was that being's body language? What did that being actually do in your dream? One time I had a lucid dream of a dolphin, and I was having some experiment. Some creature, some monster wanted to hurt me, and I was like helpless in the water. This being was on land looking at me, like wanting to get me. It didn't want to enter the water, and of course I didn't want to go on land. But in my dream, my lucid dream, this dolphin comes up, my spirit guide. Machiva. Very precious, beautiful, wonderful experience. But anyways, this being came up to me, had me get on its back, and it swam away out of danger. What in the world? I had a lucid dream with the fox more than once. The fox in the Bible is said to, or in some people's work, they say it's evil and wrong. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe this animal means something in one country or one language or one belief system, and for you it doesn't. It means something totally different. To me, the fox was very, very positive. Once again, you look at what the being does. What does the being do or say? Well, this being was loving and jumping around me and kissing me and very playful. And I've seen the fox very, very protective. You know, one of the things that give you incentive to have spirit guides. Wouldn't it be nice to have some spirits watching your back when there's negative ones around too in this world? I mean, even our teacher, Ashiana Dean, works with one of her higher consciousness. I mean, she has talked about her higher consciousness that she works with, that she has worked with. And you could think of spirit guides as stages in your life. Maybe you won't always need the spirit guide. And remember, you don't really need anything, but they always boost your path, your awakening. Like, I don't mean boost, I mean they accelerate it. I guess that's boost. They accelerate it and make it faster. Why wouldn't you want to accelerate, and go faster? And something wrong with my connection? It looks like it's going like this. I hope it didn't disconnect before I say goodnight. Let me push refresh. I love you guys. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, I'm not seeing the video. Oh, now I'm seeing the video. Looks like we're good. 68. The poll ended at 61.8%. 68% of you. I'd shut the poll off, but yeah, 68% of you said you have a spirit guide. And that's just one. Maybe you have more than one, right? Yeah, it's 9 o'clock, you guys. It's been a few hours, so I will finish up, but I do this a few times a week, and I'm probably going to start doing it every Tuesday and Saturday, at least Tuesday and Saturday, and I want to choose one more day. So I want to do this 3 times a week because I can't really do it all day, every day. So I will probably do a poll about that. In my membership area, I'll do a poll with what you think I should do. When's a good day? Because I'm open for suggestions. It could even be a different time instead of this time period, but I love you guys. You guys are always, there's always so many positive, loving people in this community. Cool skits. I don't know if you're talking to me. Are you the Bible? I don't know if that was a nice comment or a sarcastic comment or what. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Helena, and everyone thought I was nuts to feed the bear cubs. Are you talking about in nature? That is kind of dangerous, right? An everyday blog. Oh, BBG. An everyday BBG? HMU. Humu. Moonset Dreams. That's a cool name, right? That's cool. How you doing, Moonset? Rocket Deja. Thank you for being here and sharing space with us. Awesome. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you. And I hope I see you again. Hugh Programmer. Thank you, Holy One. I appreciate you guys' feedback. It means a lot because I do this for you. Like, I always, we're all, usually, there's some of us who are very busy. I'm very busy, and sometimes I have to look. Should I do a show? Of course. I do this for you, and I think about you, and that's why I do it. That's what makes me say, yes, I will do it. Because I'm still busy building stuff like my website and my artwork and making videos, and there's so much to do, and I still have to get a green screen when I can afford it. I still have to get a camera. I'm not going to always use this iPhone. I need something that can have a green screen and connect to and have automatic. I just need a DSL camera that will connect to everything. It will help me, because you can't do everything with this camera. It's an amazing, phone. It's an amazing camera, but it has limitations. What I need is a DSL camera that autofocuses and also have a green screen. Then my show will be rocking. So that's several grand right there. So that's in the works. But yeah, and personal shit, right? Someday I'd like to get glasses, real glasses, not readers. I would like to get my truck fixed, maybe. I love you guys. Much respect to you and all the regulars. Thank you to my special shout out to my moderators, Starman and Indigo Wizard, who helped out with $100 today. OMG, what's up, bro? Thank you for your service, you guys. Thank you for watching our Back in the Community. And thank you to all of you who are members. Who, the people who have these green names, like Sarah Bidya, Sanskrit primal sounds of resonance in this dimension. Thank you for sharing, Holy One. We like to see different points of view, right? And knowledge. Serena? Did you order it from somewhere else or from me? I'm glad that you got the iTeraCare. It's freaking awesome, you guys. It's no joke, man. I do not know what I would do what I would have done without this, because this goes into your body, through your body. It this far into your body, and if you're on a lower setting, it would still go through your body. And I would have pains, and it would affect the pain within seconds. I use it now, not just for lungs. I use it on my hands. I'm 53 years old, and I'm always on the computer. Well, this shit takes care of my palm area, my finger area, I didn't even talk about that shit. You can use it on your chakra. You use it on your eyes. You use it. You don't put it that close, I'm just saying. Anywhere! I've seen videos of some woman who uses it on her entire body every day. I don't know if you need to do that, but I just, there is so much applications and still things to be discovered with this Terahertz wand. And yes, we're all meant to learn how to heal ourselves. Of course. Can I do that right now and change my lungs right now, the second? If I can use this too? Of course. So, some of us have freaking diseases. Cancers, maybe. And maybe you don't have that much life force or knowledge or techniques to do it yourself. Someday we will. And someday we will have med beds and devices like this. What's up? Much respect to all of you guys. We'll be talking more about aliens and starseeds and consciousness, so please stay tuned. I hope to see you on the flip-flop. And we'll be doing my next video live. But I'm if you haven't noticed, I'm posting videos every single day. So, and I want to do some unique videos and different kind of videos, not just Christos videos, because my mind goes more. There's more that I'm interested in. So you might see other stuff on my channel eventually. Like some people who are in Christos, when I showed you this book, they're going to think that was a horrible thing to do. They don't understand. I don't need them to understand. I'm trying to teach you about correspondences and spirit, how that's related to spirit guides. And actually, I studied and was involved in shamanism, so I was really into animal guides, and so that kind of flowed out of me tonight. I could have showed you some of the, like I'll show you this. My number one spirit guide is a Pegasus. The plural form of Pegasus is called Pegasi. If you look in Voyagers 1 or 2, you will find that these are part of the violet flame in the 11th dimension. Beautiful Pegasi. And this is an example of what you do. You would have a little statue, a little acrylic block of, like I said earlier, I had a centipede and a scorpion and a wasp, an acrylic block that I put on my palm chakra and felt their consciousness and energy. This is another way, using a likeness, using a little statue, a little stuffed animal. I have a little stuffed animal of my fox, but I haven't needed or used. I just haven't had it in my life in a while. So, but I still have some of these things. So I would recommend that you guys get a symbol. It's magic. It's psychic energy. It's connection. You have a connection. There's a connection. And when I'm sitting there relaxing and staring and putting intention, and then you put that in your third eye. Now you got this being in your third eye. Dude, all of that. The human spirit is very powerful. When you start using energies and thoughts and all these things and symbols, that's true knowledge and technology, spiritual technology. This is spiritual tech. Some people in religion will call us an idol. We're not worshiping it. You're not worshiping the Pegasus. That's not what we're doing here, honey. We're connecting. Because some of you, when you close your eyes, you can't see the Pegasus or whatever you want to see. So this helps to stare at it, look at it. And this is very lovely. You have positive emotions. It's raising my emotions for the Pegasus. It's connecting me to the Pegasus. I keep looking at it. Now I can close my eyes and see it. I see this wings in the mane and the design and the decorations and the character. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Holy One. Right now, this being is in a higher dimension than me, right? I'm in third dimension. It's in the 11th dimension. I used to have a crystal dolphin that was very important. Special to me. It was a large pink rose quartz dolphin. I lent that to somebody, and it came back to me broken. Think of that as symbology, right? So, sometimes things will break or leave. It's no longer a purpose. It's no longer needed. It helped you get past a certain thing. Like the deer helped me many times. And while you think this is morbid, I think it's freaking sacred and special. And if you look at Native Americans, they keep feathers they find. They keep bones. They'll keep antlers. They'll make it part of their clothes, part of their decorations, part of their ceremonies. It's very sacred, working with other consciousness. And so that's what the heart of tonight's topic is about. Extending yourself to your higher consciousness. I love you, homies. Thank you for being with me. What's up? Spending your Saturday night with me. Yeah. Much respect. And I did this with no medicine. Hell yeah, baby. What's up? You guys, I have to stop doing that. Because I can't prove it, but I believe every time I take that medicine, drink it, it creates inflammation. Every freaking time. So I have to stop all of it. I don't know how to get that medicine into my body because I can't smoke it, and whatever I get at the dispensary, everything I get at the dispensary makes me inflamed. So your brother had to go through inflammation again. I didn't know that there was this shit. So I gotta just, we all go through our own shit, right? I'm not perfect. We're not perfect down here. It's a learning situation, and while you're awakened in one area, maybe you're not so awakened in another area. Like some of you are having problems with diet. You still can't put down you remember me, I was eating Krispy Kremes, now I'm not. Now I'm not eating, any sugar now. I cut out sugar, I cut out medicine. Now I will still do mushroom, but that doesn't affect me. That doesn't harm me. This other shit does. But you let go. Sometimes you let go. I'm letting go. I'm in healing mode, hardcore. I want to feel normal. I want to feel right. I want to feel, I don't want to have suffering. I don't want to have pains. I don't want to have this ideas that I could be having a disease or a cancer. It's about healing, you guys. We all need to heal. Some of us need to detox, go through some cleanse, go through some change. I love you guys. See you next time. Smash that like button. It's not hard to go like that. What's up? What's up? No eating. Eat once a day, maybe twice. That's it. Learn how to fast 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. What's up? You guys got this. Namaste, holy angels, guardian starseeds, indigo children. Much respect to your spiritual journey. I love you.